Tim Gordon, thefilmgordon.com. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning. Like that background.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man, you know what you do, man, to help brothers and sisters out with their films. Mr. Staub, I wanted to start with you. We've seen films about or understand the history of African Americans in the West. And you've done something that I think combines both those things, where you've taken an urban setting, introduced cowboys into it. And for people who may not be familiar with the story, talk about the genesis, because I know you're a Philly guy. Talk about the genesis of introducing this culture to people who may not be familiar with what the Concrete Cowboys are.
Yeah, well, my introduction was through the first cowboy I met. His name was Eric Miller. So my production company is actually based in Philadelphia. We launched in 2011 with a mission to be able to hire adults returning home from incarceration. So I speak in court every year, and I met my first cowboy, Eric. Been home a week, told the judge he already bought a horse. I don't hear every day in court. So we struck up a conversation, and, as we started to put this story together, his heart was, as a boy growing up as a black cowboy, he didn't have these types of stories of folks that looked like him in Westerns. And so his heart was really to make a film that was really an homage to like old Westerns, but in current day, to represent the spirit of, himself growing up as a black cowboy. So that was really, I took his lead from the genesis, from the beginning.
All right. And Caleb, my God, man, you have grown up right in front of my eyes, man, from Stranger Things. I'm like, man, who is this kid, man? So talk a little bit about the experience, man, of this kind of what I did over my summer situation that became this film for you.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience just working with Ricky, Idris, everyone on the film. Definitely helped me and developed me as an actor and as a person. Totally different from who I am. Cole is a totally different person from who I am, and my relationship, because in the film, the most prominent relationship in the film is Idris and me in the film. So my relationship with my father is great. I love my father. Like, me and him, he's been there since the beginning, support me. He was there on set with me behind the scenes when me and Idris had really pivotal moments. One of the most pivotal moments in the scene where I'm like screaming at Idris, and I'm like, "You haven't been there for me." My dad's behind the camera, like, "Good job, kiddo." I'm like, "Dad, get out of the way. I can't see your face right now. Idris is my dad. He hasn't been here for me in my life." So, this journey was it was awesome because I didn't know about Fletcher Street. I didn't know about Black Cowboys. So, as you're being introduced, did you know about Cowboys in Fletcher Street before
I did not. I did not at all.
I didn't know. So it was a new experience for me as well. So being able to be in Philly amongst the natives and then being amongst great actors was an experience, was a journey.
Ricky, I'm going to tell you, man, the whole idea that you used real Fletcher Street or cowboys from, some of those different neighborhoods, I thought added something additional to the film. Speak about that before we get out of here.
Yeah, well, when I started first putting this project together, it was 2017, and, Idris Elba and Caleb, they didn't know who I was. So at that time, my plan was to actually make the film with all real cowboys. But when Idris Elba wants to be in your movie, you put him in your movie. So, but it was really beautiful that these guys still, tapped into that vision with me, that I really believed that if I could layer this with their real voices from the community, it would add authenticity, but it would also help, folks like Caleb and Idris ground their performances into the reality of their world. And so I was constantly snatching up cowboys from the community, and I think they thought I was joking at first that I was going to put them in major speaking roles, but I was like, no, I was pushing them out on stage. It's like, time, let's go. So yeah, I think that it added it's definitely an audacious vision, as everyone kept telling me. But I think it was really beautiful in the end.
All right. Well, Caleb and Ricky, man, thank you guys for the time. Concrete Cowboys, of course, debuts later this week on Netflix. Man, continued success for the both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not a problem.